with the immediate task to ensure the victory of the Labour Party governorship candidate in Rivers State, Beatrice Utubo, and all of his House of Assembly candidates on March 18. But the governor accused Mrs. Utubo, who is the former chairperson of NLC, of promoting an unhealthy relationship between Labour and the state government.
Look at now, the college fees. They can maintain the secretary. It's not by mouth. They can maintain it. But now that she has left, and to welcome you, we are going to start the promotion for you. I didn't want her to take credit. You should take the credit. There's nothing government cannot do for you if you have a good relationship. That's how you go about it. You don't go about plotting against the downfall of the government, which will also affect the welfare of your members. So that the Civil Service Commission can commence the promotion exercise and also commence the employment of the 5,000.
Governor Wike also said the state government has cleared the backlog of 2016 and 2017 pensions and gratuities. Also, when the National Executive Committee of Oneze Indigo Worldwide paid him a courtesy visit at the Government House in Port Harcourt, Governor Wike criticized the former governor of Rivers State, Chibika Amechi, for saying that the Igbos would be compensated for their property abandoned during the Civil War if they vote for the APC candidate in the March 18 governorship election.
Rotimi Amechi met with some Igbo people yesterday. I said he told him that, you understand how the Igbos lost after Civil War abandoned property. Something that we have forgotten. We are living together, doing business together. Because of governorship election, you want to open an old... You were governor for 8 years. What did you do? You were governor for 8 years. You didn't know about an abandoned property. Now you have left. You are not calling the Igbos. Look, we are going to do this for you. Who's the governor again? Another person will be governor. Then you said they would do this for you, couldn't do it. You love the Igbos, refuse to support Obi. It's super article. When Obi came here, I gave him all the logistics. I provided vehicle, everything. I paid for the stadium. I did. But some other person applied and I refused.
Governor Wike also said the state government... moving on. An APC chief Antonio Kocha has alleged that former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi and the APC governorship candidate Tonye Cole voted for the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the just concluded presidential election. Mr. Kocha said this during an interview in Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire today. He insisted he remains the leader of the APC in Rivers State.
The candidate of our party for the governorship election and our former leader of party, who of course is his godfather, voted against the candidate of our party for the presidential election. He led the party in action on good authority, and then the others elected the one eminently qualified for that position because I was the person responsible and indeed in charge of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory in Rivers State. And if he emerged as president of the Republic of Nigeria, I think the will of our former leader, who directed that all party supporters from his own bench should support Atiku, then it's clear that of course he's no longer the leader of the party.
Mr. Okocha also reaffirmed the role of Governor Wike and other PDP members in the state in ensuring the victory of the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
It was the governor himself who aided our victory because he had said that he wasn't going to support the candidate of the party, and he had told the Rivers people that they should support and vote for only the candidate that will have the interest of the Rivers people at heart, and that as a chief marshal, I had the opportunity of going around the polling units, within my city, and I saw that those who voted for us were largely PDP members and even not members of the PDP of their native then.
In another development, INEC says it will appeal the judgment of a federal high court mandating it to allow registered voters with temporary voter cards to participate in the March 18 governorship and state assembly elections. Justice Ugwatu had in his ruling held that there was no portion of the law that states that only PVCs should be used for elections, but that the law under Section 47 provided for a voter's card. Two aggrieved Nigerians, Kofo Worola Olusegun and Wilson Allwell, filed the suit. In the meantime, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in Rivers State says its operatives uncovered an illegal local refinery at Otamiri Eche in the Eche local government area of the state. The commandant, NSCDC Rivers State Command, Michael Oga, told newsmen in Port Harcourt that the discovery was made possible following the sustained intelligence of his operatives. Still ahead, UN condemns killing of civilians in Borno State. Stay tuned as we go for a break. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. The Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC) has sympathized with the families of the victims of an accident involving a train and a Lagos Bus Rapid Transit (BRT) conveying civil servants to work on Thursday. The NRC, in a statement signed by its Deputy Director of Public Relations, Yakub Mahmood, cautioned motorists and the general public to always observe railway signs. Yesterday's crash at the PWD bus stop in the Ikeja area of the state has claimed at least 6 lives, with over 80 others receiving treatment in different hospitals in the state. The United Nations has condemned the reported ambush and killing of more than 30 civilians in Mukdolo village in Ngala local government area of Borno State yesterday. The UN in a statement said the attack is another reminder of the real threats of violence and insecurity that IDPs and other people affected by more than 13 years of the non-international armed conflict in the region continue to face daily in their struggle to survive. It reminded all parties to the conflict to adhere to their obligations under international humanitarian and human rights law to protect civilians from harm. And business. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria's crude oil sales rose by 46.41% to push Nigeria's total export to 26.79 trillion naira in 2022. In 2022, crude oil sales totaled 21.09 trillion naira, an increase from 14.4 trillion naira in 2021. The data also showed that in 2022, Nigeria spent 2.63 trillion naira importing food and live animals. In entertainment, Nigerian singer Burna Boy's Last Last has received an RIAA Platinum plaque after it surpassed 1 million copies in sales in the US. Last Last was released in 2022 as one of the lead singles of Burna Boy's 6th album, Love Damini. In sports, Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag was full of praise for captain Bruno Fernandes, saying it was the best player on the pitch as they beat Real Betis 4-1 in the first leg of their last 16 Europa League tie. But he warned his players that they can never become complacent following their heavy defeat by Liverpool in the Premier League.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, China's leader Xi Jinping has secured a historic third term as president from the country's rubber stamp parliament. It follows a consolidation of power that has made Mr. Xi China's most dominant leader in generations. In the Chinese system of governance, the functions of the president are largely ceremonial. On the news this afternoon, you heard Governor Wike has asked the newly elected federal lawmakers not to pledge loyalty to the PDP National Working Committee. Nollywood actress Hilda Dokubo is to head the Labour Party steering committee in Rivers State. INEC says it will appeal the court order allowing use of temporary voter cards in March 18 election. NSCDC says it uncovered an illegal refinery in Rivers State. On the foreign scene, China's President Xi Jinping has begun his historic third term as China's president. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Mostly cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I am Kala Dakarubatubo. Good afternoon.